In today's video we are going to be analysing Bed Bath and Beyond. So to get straight into it, what are we going to be looking at as our resistance levels? So currently we are sitting around this $27 mark, and we can see that we did kind of stop around this $30 resistance, which is also our fourth deviation on the 4 hour. Again, this would have been a key level to really anyone because it's a key psychological level being at $30. Now, if we do end up breaking through that level and continuing up, then we do have further support at $33.35. But really going past here, we don't seem to have too much resistance, at least using standard deviations. I mean, we're going to have some resistance at $35 because that was the recent high created. I mean, even if we go down to a smaller time frame, we don't really have too many more resistance to go. Another one around $34, but really it's just between the levels of $30 and $35. So what this does tell us is really, if the shorts don't get squeezed, this is really going to be where the stock ends. However, if we do get short squeezed, obviously there is no limit on how high it can go, and that would be one thing I would be paying attention to. If we break past this $35, come back, retest it as support and push further, then I could see a very far push, just because again it's going to be shorts getting squeezed and really they're going to have to cover, so it could just continue going. However, I personally won't be trading it if it goes past that $35 level because it's just a very risky trade and I'm personally quite a conservative trader. Now, to go on to the support levels, if we end up falling on price on Bed Bath and Beyond, what are we going to be looking at? So you kind of see where we are now at this $27 level is our third deviation resistance on the daily. So as of right now, this is going to be a kind of key level of resistance and support because we're kind of hovering around this level. And you can kind of see what we're looking at is if we can break over this level, come back, test it as support, we could expect to push back to $30. And again, then we would want to see the same thing, break over, come back, push up. And the same thing to the downside. What is going to be our next target? And that's going to be $24.25. So the same thing. And actually that's kind of where we bounced. I didn't even realise, but that's the exact level we bounce now. But we weren't able to break through this level, which does show that there is still quite a bit of buying pressure coming in because it's pushed right back to that next deviation. However, if we come back down to this 24.25 again, all we're waiting for is that break below, and if it comes back, kind of breaks below it, comes back, retest 24.25 and sells off once more, then we would expect another push down to that next lower deviation. And where would that be? $20.50. And you can see this is the key, same pattern. No matter whether you're trading it to the upside or downside, we're looking for the same thing. We want to use either our previous support or resistance into, well, the new support and resistance. So if we're breaking up like we are now, we're coming into $30. If we think it's going to go to the $33, we really need to see it break above, even if it's just a little bit, come back and use this level of support, then we could expect a further push up. And the same thing, if we start selling off, we want to see a push down to $24.25, come back, retest, and then sell off, and then we would expect a push to the $20.50. If we continue down even more, $18.50, $14, $12.50, and then you can be looking at gap fills as levels between these. So $13, this kind of lines up, this 20.50 lines up with the gap fill at that same level, and then we do have quite a one far down at around $8.17, which would line up very closely to our statistical mean at $7.50, with the final level kind of below that being at $6.90. The only levels going lower that we could really be looking at is going to be the 52-week low, and I guess the first deviations at 120, but again very unlikely. Now, I know a lot of the people watching this are going to be people just think it's going to go to the moon, and all we're doing in this video is technical analysis. So do note this, if it does get short squeezed, these levels aren't really going to hold up, because obviously we have more support levels here than we do resistances. But this is more of just a logical way to think of the stock and kind of see if it has gone parabolic. I mean, if it breaks above this 35, then you know shorts are definitely getting squeezed and this stock could go crazy. However, like right now, we are struggling to kind of break through these levels, which does show people are getting a bit more cautious buying this stock. And if we're seeing the same thing, even if it pushes to the $33, if we can't break these levels, these are going to be the key support levels as we start to fall in price. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you want to see another analysis video, why don't you check out this video here.